4.5% of all license plates in the state of Colorado have been ticketed for crossing over the lines of a toll lane. And it's a hefty ticket, $75.
Yeah, that's not cheap. We've heard from a growing number of drivers ticked off by the confusing signage, the short deadlines to pay, and a frustrating process to dispute those tickets. Consumer investigator Steve Steger learned that fighting the toll ticket can be pretty difficult.
This toll ticketing program started mailing tickets to drivers back in October. Since then, Steve on Your Side was first to report that the state has issued more than $40 million in fines in less than a year. By state law, it's pretty hard to dispute these tickets, and the people on the other end of that dispute have money on the line.
Saw a dotted line and thought she could cross over it to get into the express toll.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. Jacob Golter says his wife got a $75 fine along C-470 for entering the toll lane in an exit near Lucin. The exit marked with a dotted line on the outside that many drivers tell Steve on Your Side confused the heck out of them.
She drives that road very frequently. She knows the layout. We had never known that you couldn't go in that lane.
When Jacob got that ticket, he tried to dispute it.
She basically said, well, that's just, it is what it is, and you got to pay it, otherwise you pay additional fines.
We were on our way to view our wedding venue.
Allie Groff had a heck of a time disputing her toll weaving ticket, too.
There was an emergency vehicle merging traffic out with the arrows on the back. All they kept saying was that they didn't have a record of it. They didn't have any record of a vehicle being in the express lane that day.
You had a record.
Yeah, exactly.
See, Allie was almost burned by a toll weaving ticket before.
I had gotten a ticket when it was like snowpacked.
In the photo attached to that ticket, you can't even see the lines.
So I disputed it by taking a screenshot off my phone and resubmitting it to them, and then they dismissed it.
So this time, she pulled out her phone and snapped a picture of that emergency vehicle blocking the lane.
Anybody listening when you say, hey, I have photo proof something was wrong?
No, they kind of just brushed it off.
38,000 drivers have tried what Allie and Jacob did. They've disputed their tickets through the Colorado Transportation Investment Office's website. Steve on Your Side got our hands on data showing about 8,000 drivers have had their tickets dismissed, about 22%. Why is it so difficult to dispute?
They're able to choose from a list of reasons.
At a recent meeting of the CTIO board, they say they're bound by law. State law says there are technically only 4 reasons they can rip up your ticket. You sold the car before it crossed the line, the car was stolen before it crossed the line, you went bankrupt, or you died. The website does list an other option, but
those are the ones that are the most likely to be denied because they don't fall within those reasons that we are allowed to.
Thank you.
I felt like we were just being sent in circles and being backed into a corner.
CTIO told us they keep a record of crashes and debris, things that might make weaving in and out of toll lanes necessary. But remember, they told Allie they had no record of that truck, clearly in her photo.
And then I reached out to you guys and I told the CTI program that.
She says after mentioning talking to Steve on Your Side, all of a sudden that $75 fine just disappeared.
It is frustrating. It was really confusing.
If a driver is unsatisfied with the result of a dispute, they can ask for a special hearing. Our data shows that more than 900 hearings so far. Of those, only about 50 of them ended with the ticket getting dismissed. That's about 6%. If you choose to take your fine to a hearing and lose, by the way, it costs you an extra $30. We want to hear about your experience with toll weaving tickets. Email is right there at the bottom of your screen. I'm Steve Steger, Steve on Your Side, 9 News.